Hi, my name is Pranam Mehta. I'm the academic head of CLAD Tutor Bangalore. Let's come to one more interesting topic. You might have recently, read this news that Pakistan is going to remain in the FATF gray list. Okay, FATF is Financial Action Task Force. Okay. Now, what is this gray list and the blacklist or other things? So just let us look at the some of the highlights of this news that will help us to understand what this talks about. Okay. Now, there are two types of lists which is being seen by Financial Action Task Force. I will come to the background of this in some time. Blacklist countries are basically, you will realize that there are two countries in the world which are blacklisted. One is North Korea and the other is Iran. Okay. Once the news comes pertaining to the same, I will discuss in detail why they are blacklisted and other things. So these are the two countries which are blacklisted. So Iran and North Korea. Okay. And the other second list comes to the gray list. Gray list is basically, you will have Pakistan, Zimbabwe, Syria, and there are some 19 countries which are listed under this. Okay. Now, what takes place in the blacklist? So, in blacklist, what takes place is that there is a legal action initiated against the head of the nation. Okay. So, there is going to be some legal implication involved towards this aspect. But let us focus on the what takes place in the gray list, because right now in the discussion it comes out with the Pakistan and the gray list. Okay, what takes place in the gray list comes out with that there comes out with financial sanctions against you. Financial sanctions against you. What this financial sanction comes out with? Look at the second last point that will give you an idea what financial sanction is. So Pakistan cannot go to the World Bank and ask for the loan, or it cannot go to the International Monetary Fund and ask for the loan. Now, why you will go to the World Bank and ask for the loan? Simple reason comes out of that. Just imagine, take an example from the Indian context. Always if you have the opportunity to take the loan from SBI and the second opportunity you have to take the loan from HDFC Bank, always you will try to take the loan from the SBI branch, SBI bank. Reason behind this comes out with the rate of interest will be low, and at the same time the bank will be not very pro towards getting the profit orientation of that complete transaction. Okay, they will be definitely looking at certain margins, but their motive is not to be a profit oriented organization. Okay, in the same way, if you look at the World Bank or the IMF, for them the development is more important than the revenue would get generated by the interest and other things. If you look at a very long term and a very big project, they in fact don't charge you the interest also on a humanitarian ground. Okay, so always a country look forward to taking a very long term loan from these international institutions. Okay, so whenever there is a country which is listed under gray list, they cannot avail this loan under this. Okay, now let us understand the background of this body. This body was established in by G7 group. G7 group, you know those, recently that meeting has also happened, right, in the UK. So that group, in 1989 Paris meeting, they formed a group called Financial Action Task Force. Financial Action Task Force, the concept was simple. World, or basically in the present context, if you look at the terrorism, is all the common denominator towards all these crime or all these things happening is money. Okay, so the moment you can cut down the supply of the money to great extent, you can curtail their further movement, right? So that means I can stop a terrorist activity or anything can take place. So the objective of this Financial Action Task Force was that to minimize the supply of money to this terrorist organization. That was the objective. Now, to do this, they want to take country into the task force. Okay, so if you look at a blacklist country is considered as a high risk jurisdiction and call for action. Gray list country, gray list if your jurisdiction under increased monitoring. So that means if a country is there, they have to be pressurized by the international body so that they start working against these terrorist groups, right? So one of the reasons that the Pakistan is listed under this comes out of this, right? So if you look at and the other important thing comes out with that, you realize that they meet thrice in a year. So they had previous meeting in the Jan and Feb window, then they had a meeting in the June window, June month. Now I think they are going to look forward to the next meeting November, October. Okay, October, November month. So that is one aspect. Other thing comes out to be right now they have been given 27 point of action. That means there are some 27 parameters on which Pakistan has to come out. And one of the point where they have defaulted comes out that still, if you look at the Azhar Mahmood, who is being accused in the Bombay blast, this Bombay terrorist attack which has taken place. So still he is free. He is not being taken into task in the court and other things. He can freely move in Pakistan, and he is able to do all his meetings and all his the cleric meetings what he does. Okay, so due to which Pakistan has defaulted on that point, and still he has been put into the gray list, right? So next by the next meeting, Pakistan has to show that they have worked on that point. Okay. Thank you so much. In case you want to download the PDF of the same, you can download from the this Telegram link, and you can mail us in case if you have a query at hello@claritude.com. And in case you require us to you want to provide us some feedback on the same, you can put that in the comment section.